underlines the importance of a person under all circumstances to be above the pain and to work on being happy. One must always strive to be happy. For like this, it's only his body that's being afflicted. If he's not happy, then they control, or things control your soul. And you never want them to control your soul. Mendel Futerfas knew that Moshe Vyshetsky would not be able to survive the Gulag unless he did something radical. Not just to cheer him up, but to give him the personal strength to continue. Mendel knew that he was extremely strong. He had been tested for the last 3 years. Not just that, he was an extremely determined and powerful person. Moshe was also determined and strong, but not as strong as Mendel. And Mendel was fearful that Moshe would collapse in self-pity and become overwhelmed. Mendel had the misfortune of losing many children during the war. Most of his children died. Moshe, on the other hand, his children survived. His was a different type of struggle, but he had never faced adversity of this sort. And so Mendel was determined to do something to be able to change the equation so that Moshe would be able to give himself the encouragement to survive. What can he do? Mendel had bread, and bread rations were the only currency in a jail. Mendel called the jailer over, and he said he was willing to give the jailer half of his month's allotment of bread on one condition, that he allow Moshe Vyshetsky to be in his room for 1 month. That was the agreement. 1 month, no more. And so for 1 month, they went out to work, didn't work on Shabbos, never touched a drop of non-kosher. But the whole time, they would sing Hasidic melodies and repeat the Torahs, the words of wisdom that they had heard from the Rabbeim, say over stories, sing the melodies of the Hasidim in Farbrengen, and reminisce about the days in Nevel, days in Kherson, the days in Yeshiva, despite the persecutions, how they reveled in the holiness of the Torah and with God. And after 30 days were up, they were separated. They never saw each other again, certainly not in jail. Mendel Futerfas was to leave Russia in 1963. He arrived around 1964. The Vyshetsky family left Russia for good in 1966. A couple of years after they had established themselves firmly in Israel, Rav Moshe Vyshetsky told over the story at a wedding of his son. And then Rav Moshe said, "Here I am in Israel. I have a wonderful position, and people honor me and love me here. I've been to the Rebbe, and I have my freedom, and my children's marriages I've seen. All those are wonderful events, bring me great happiness. But the happiest days of my life were those 30 days, that month in jail, with Mendel Futerfas. You can be in the cold and in the dark, and under brutal conditions, and you can still be happy. They proved it. We have to follow in their footsteps. We have to be happy and get others to be happy.